Whispers from the Balete Tree. Samantha had always been excited to visit her family in the Philippines. Every summer, she'd hear stories from her mom about lush rice fields, endless mango trees, and the laughter of her many cousins echoing through the warm night air. This year, at 16, she would finally go alone, a summer of freedom and adventure. Her family lived in a small town in Laguna, surrounded by dense forests and towering old trees. The first few days were a dream, playing in the river, eating fresh fruits, and helping her grandmother cook over a wood fire. But there was one thing that puzzled her. Every night, her Aunt Liza would disappear into her room early, always looking tense, and never joining them to tell stories by the bamboo porch. One evening, after a heavy rain, Samantha decided to follow her aunt. She crept quietly down the narrow hallway, careful not to let the wooden floor creak. Through the thin bamboo walls, she heard her aunt whispering softly, as if talking to someone. Peeking through a crack, Samantha saw Liza sitting near the window, clutching a strange bundle of dried leaves and tobacco. Suddenly, a deep, rumbling voice echoed from outside the window. Samantha's heart nearly stopped. She peeked further and saw a massive shadow outside, the silhouette of a giant figure perched in the old Balete tree. Its eyes glowed a deep, eerie red, piercing through the darkness. The creature took a slow, heavy drag from a huge cigar that seemed to smolder with an unnatural light. It was a copper. Samantha had heard about copras from her grandmother, towering tree-dwellers who loved to smoke and often played tricks on villagers, sometimes falling in love with women and haunting them endlessly. Frozen with fear, Samantha watched as her aunt whispered, "Please, leave me alone tonight. I beg you." The copper let out a low, mournful groan that reverberated through the branches. Slowly, it disappeared into the dark canopy, the glow of its cigar fading like a dying ember. That night, Samantha lay in bed, trembling. The next morning, she confronted her aunt. Liza's eyes filled with tears as she confessed, years ago, she had picked guavas from the Balete tree without permission. Ever since, the copper had claimed her as his bride, visiting her every night, offering her gifts of leaves and tobacco, and whispering promises of eternal love. "I tried to move away," Liza sobbed. "But he always finds me. I hear his voice even when I'm far from the tree. He loves me, in a way that feels more like a curse than a blessing." The family began holding nightly prayers and burning incense around the house. But every night, the heavy footsteps returned, and the scent of strong tobacco drifted into Liza's room. As Samantha's flight back to America drew near, she felt torn between fear and pity for her aunt. On her last night, she looked out at the Balete tree. There, half hidden in the mist, she saw him, the copper, sitting motionless, his burning eyes fixed on the house, forever waiting for the woman he loved but could never truly have. Samantha would carry the memory of that summer forever, the summer she learned that love can be beautiful and terrifying.